Hey, welcome back. It's the Bill Yohnka Show, and we've recruited a Lois Little for a little later on in the program. We'll have our radio drama that we do every week. As the cloud turns.
Which one are
I'm
you going to do?
familiar with Lois Little. She's played Lois before.
We can do both of them, or we can save one of them. Whatever you think, Paul.
We'll let Lois decide.
Yeah, let Lois
what
decide.
she's feeling.
Coming up here in just a little while today, we're going to have the Vern Deno and Peeps, he says. Yeah, his people are going to be joining him. So they'll be on stage after 9 o'clock today, after the show ends. Also, our Life of Carl today.
Yeah, it looks exciting.
And speaking of musical performances, the Kankakee Valley Symphony Orchestra.
Indeed.
They'll be playing today at the KCC, out behind KCC.
Yes.
And that has just kind of become a really big thing in the area.
Yes,
People
indeed.
gather out there. I think it's $15 a carload
It is.
to get out there for fireworks and the symphony.
They're opening at 3. And this year they're going to have some kids' activities. They have a bounce house and some other things for the kids to do while they're waiting for the big show and the fireworks. Kids get a little restless out there, as they often do.
And we've heard about the dogs.
Have we?
Well, on the news.
Oh,
earlier
yeah,
today we
that's
heard
right. The dogs get restless, too.
Yeah.
But you can't bring them to the bounce house.
No.
We don't want the dogs down at the bounce house.
Well, it is time, I think, Uncle Paul, for the Life of Carl.
All right. Are you ready?
I think we're ready.
And now, ladies, it's time once again for the Life of Carl. Story of one man's search for meaning and relevance in our complex modern world. We joined Carl on Tuesday night at the monthly meeting of his fan club at Cloverfield Court. The meeting has just concluded. The residents are starting to leave when Carl is approached by the recreation director, Link R. Patty. Let's listen.
Well, good night, Pearl. You be sure and take that medicine now. Thelma, you make sure she does, and tell me if she doesn't. Good night. See you next month.
Thanks again, Carl. I really appreciate you doing this. The ladies here love you.
Well, I always enjoy meeting my public. Maybe I could get Bill or Uncle Paul to come with me next month.
Oh, these ladies have no interest in those two. Don't even ask them, please.
Well, okay, if you say so. I would kind of like to hear their excuses, though.
Well, can I help you carry that bingo equipment?
No, I got it. I think that's everything.
I do have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead, ask me.
Well, it's kind of personal.
My life is an open book, a comic book. Go ahead.
Well, I've always wondered if you really do drink that Aava Java coffee all the time.
Mr. Patty, I drink Aava Java coffee every day. A day without Aava Java coffee is like a day without sunshine, only worse. I think I've tried every flavor they have. If I don't stop by Convent and Bethel and Bourbonnais every day, I'm just not myself. Aava Java coffee is what gets me going in the morning and keeps me going all day long. I love it. Aava Java is simply the best. You know, at one time...
That answers my question, actually.
Well, one time, I think it was last February, for some reason, I didn't stop at Aava Java coffee in the morning. It might have been car trouble. I don't know. I think it was around the middle of the month, so it could have been Valentine's Day. Anyway, I forgot my Aava Java coffee, and I was worthless all morning. In fact, my boss said, Carl, I may have to fire you if you forget your Aava Java coffee again. I assured him I would never forget it again, and one day I took a cup to the emergency room.
Now, let's turn out the lights before you go, Carl. Is that okay?
This has been another heartwarming and meaningful episode in the life of Carl. You can go back to sleep now, ladies. And Pearl, you take that pill.
And let's hope Pearl washes it down with a delicious cup of Aava Java coffee.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Well, that's Pinky Radio Players. My mother. How much she appreciates it. I'm going to go get my stuff now. Is that over?
Carl.
I'm not sure we're going to see her again. After that, she may just decide not to come back and be Pearl or be Lois.
Well, the life of Carl motivates so many people in so many different ways.
Well, let's hope. I try to do that. I try to be motivational, inspirational when possible. But although we have a little fun with it, truly, Aava Java is great coffee.
Yes, they are. And we thank them for being a sponsor. As you know, folks like Turn of the Wheel and all the people out here at the Farmers Market who do what they do and bring it down Saturday morning for everybody to share in. Really makes for a nice scene here. Eli, it's just about the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. And we need to take a quick break. But you got to take a break. And we'll be back here on Talk AM 1320 WKAN.